Today, iPad Pro, 128 gigabytes, LTE. Hello, good morning my friends. Today is December 20th, 2015. Today, iPad Pro, 128 gigabytes with LTE. So this is a gorgeous, wonderful tablet. Today I will be reviewing this iPad Pro without the pencil, without the smart keyboard. I don't need it. Yeah, in my point of view, and this video of course is just my point of view, you don't need the smart keyboard or pencil with this iPad. This iPad is not a laptop replacement. It is called the iPad Pro, and a couple of people, quite a few people actually, now think, well, this must be a laptop replacement. It is not. It is a tablet. It is a top-of-the-line tablet, but not a laptop replacement. If you have to take notes, if you have to work, make a homework, if you have to write reports, no, don't use it. Get a laptop, okay? A laptop is not much more expensive than this version of iPad Pro with the smart keyboard and with the pencil. So here I put on top of the iPad Pro an iPad Air, just to show you how much bigger the screen of the iPad Pro is. Yeah, it is quite a lot of more real estate, huh? I think it's fantastic. The 12.9-inch screen is beautiful. Yeah, it has over 5 million pixels. This is fantastic. Yeah, and the Apple A9X CPU with 4 gigabytes of RAM make it all smooth running, very fast responding. It is wonderful. This iPad is also Apple's first attempt at a real multitasking. I'm opening one app. Now you go over here and here it is. Now I have two apps running, up and down. Yeah, so I can check the weather and at the same time all my busy schedule. Well, it looks pretty empty, I guess. Yeah, so it looks wonderful. Yeah, it's two applications running at the same time. But of course there are some drawbacks. Yeah, let's do it here. Come on, yeah. You see, here are all the apps which can be run in a second window. Yeah, of course all the Apple apps can be run in a second window, but not all third-party apps. So this is a little bit disappointing. So most programmers have not taken advantage of the multitasking feature. Yeah, Game Center, Instapaper, Keynote, Maps, let's see where we are. Yep, there we are, there's a map. It opens up. Go over here. Nah, there it is, Glendale Galleria. Interesting. Yeah. So, running two apps at the same time on the iPad Pro. I just want to show you. Here is my Apple iPad Air. You basically have two iPad Airs on one tablet. Yeah, it is wonderful. Here it is. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than the iPad Air, but not by much. Two iPad Airs in one iPad Pro. So here I ran the Geekbench test, 5408 multi-core. This is the fastest iPad ever produced. Yeah, here you can see what's going on. Operating system 9.2, model ID, and multi-core. Everything is very powerful. Floating point, memory. Here you can see it is 4 gigabytes. There were some questions about how much RAM this machine has. Apple, of course, is always keeping it kind of a secret. First, it was thought it has 2 gigabytes. No, but this one has 4 gigabytes of RAM. So here you can see now the comparison results to other iPads and iPhones on Geekbench. here on top, that's my device, top of the line. iPad Air 2, this is this one. iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus, iPhone 6, iPad Air, this is my iPad. It's, yeah, about half. iPhone 5S, iPad Mini, iPad Mini 3, iPad 4th generation, iPhone 5, iPhone 5C. Yeah, here we have iPad 2, it's still available, iPad 3rd generation, iPad Mini, and down there, iPad 4S, 405. Yeah, that's very impressive. It is the fastest and most advanced iPad ever built. Yeah, this iPad Pro is a niche product. It is big, it is expensive. Even the base version, 32 gigabytes, Wi-Fi only, costs quite a lot of money. But it's an Apple product. When you want Apple, you have to shell out a little bit extra cash. But don't go for the base model. 32 gigabytes of RAM, it's not worth it. Soon there should be more iPad Pro application coming out which will clog up your memory. Go for the 128, go for the LTE. What does a tablet make for a sense when you always have to hunt down a Wi-Fi hotspot in order to do your thing, be connected to the internet? LTE gives you the ability to be connected to the internet as long as coverage is available basically everywhere. That's a nice thing about it. Again, this tablet is not a laptop replacement by the long shot, not at all. It is a consumption product. You can consume digital media, you cannot, or at least only with lots of obstacles, create digital content. I would never do my video editing on this one. I mean, how would I get, for example, on this iPad my raw video files, which I'm creating right now? There is no SD port, no micro SD port. Yeah, there's only the Lightning port, which I can use with an adapter to connect an SD card to it. And it's just too much, yeah, it's too cumbersome. Yeah, I have a laptop. I have a real laptop. I do all my creative work on my laptop. Here I consume. It is fantastic when you watch a movie, Netflix, Amazon Prime, listening to music. Yeah, we come later to the speakers, which are great, wonderful speakers. They sound fantastic. Yeah, not a laptop replacement. I have seen a lot of reviews there. They put this poor thing into this smart keyboard holder. It looks like a little laptop, and then they're all disappointed that it cannot do real multitasking. It cannot do real multitasking. Not that you can have on the desktop multiple windows open. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It is a tablet. A very good one, but a tablet. Yeah, and it looks so ugly with the attached smart keyboard. The keyboard, the on-screen keyboard here is just fine. Here is the on-screen keyboard of the Apple iPad Pro. Look at that. Yeah, it's here. Boom, boom, boom. It's basically a full-size keyboard. Why would you ruin the whole appearance, the whole functionality of this iPad Pro with an external keyboard? Yeah, usually people tell me, younger people tell me, well, yeah, they only used to type on the screen directly. They don't want any physical keys. And now when it comes to the iPad Pro, I saw so many reviewers on YouTube. They were saying, I need a physical keyboard. My workflow requires that I have a physical keyboard. Damn it, this is a keyboard. This is fantastic. So I would love to show you, demonstrate you the sound quality of the iPad Pro, which is fantastic. It actually has a little bit of bass, yeah, so it's much more smooth, much more round, much fuller the music. Yeah, of course I cannot play just music here. YouTube will complain, or somebody will complain. Yeah, so this here is the front page of my channel on the iPad Pro. Looks big and nice. I love the real estate. Yeah, so let's just start one of my videos which has some free music on it. It's a Christmas song. We are in the Christmas season, so I apologize if it doesn't match everybody's taste, but let's just have a little bit of yeah, let's turn the music on. There it comes. Nah, this is great. Jingle bells, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah, see it all in 6 minutes. Nah, is that a good sound? I love it. The best sound of any tablet in the world. Yep, that's me. Here, this guy. Yeah, I guess you cannot see it so well. It's kind of dark. All right, I guess it's enough for you guys. Yeah, so great sound. It has 4 speakers with a lot of with a big case with a lot of space around it. Basically, here in every corner is 1 speaker. Yeah, which the increased volume those speakers have available makes it possible, yeah, that it just sounds fuller, nicer. One drawback, of course, is because those speakers here take up these corners, the battery is a little bit smaller for the iPad. Yeah, I would have loved it maybe a little bit more battery to increase the battery life of this machine. Yeah, so far I have gotten out of this iPad Pro about 10 hours of runtime before I had to recharge it. And yeah, I mean, this is nice, 10 hours, yeah, but sometimes you would like to have a little bit more. So, but still, it's enough that you don't have to carry around always your charger or an extra battery pack. Yeah, so look how fast this all comes up. Yeah, looks all beautiful. And we can try again. Yep, there it is. There is my maps. Yeah, and let's put it back again. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful tablet. Here is another example how well the iPad Pro works for consuming digital content. This here is a virtual reality video of YouTube. I have turned off the music, the sound. Again, I don't want to get into trouble with YouTube or somebody else. Yeah, you see, yeah, however you angle it, yeah, you see, you go over there, what's going on, this was a reflection. Yeah, you see, it's very fluid, no hiccups, no stuttering. Nice. The additional 3 GB of RAM in this iPad Pro compared to the iPad Air has vastly improved Safari, the web browser. Now you can have lots of windows open without that they are reloading. They are not reloading, they keep static. Yeah, and it's very good. Yeah, you can now create so many more windows and they all stay. Yeah, you see here all my windows, all my tabs. Oop, all Ars Technica. Your 4 GB really makes a difference. Another complaint I have heard very often, which I would like to address here, is the desktop, the spacing. Yeah, lots of people say, look how much room here is wasted. We could just squeeze much more into one of these screens, yeah, to make it easier accessible. Yeah, the applications. I mean, look at that. Where is the problem? Yeah, just swipe over and there is your app, or swipe 2 times. It is fast, it is really, the performance is there to get to your apps very fast. Yeah, some people, like on one of those crappy Android tablets, want to have it more squished together. It looks ugly. I mean, let's admit it, yeah? Apple is all about design. Apple is about looking good. Technical performance and looking good. Yeah, this here looks good. This looks very nice, the spacing. I like it. Yeah, and then I have a couple of pages. I can just swipe back and forth to get to my applications. Not a problem. And my most used applications are down here. Settings, iBooks, Safari, Scanner Pro, and my email. Yeah, so yeah, don't believe what you hear from those Android people. This here is right. It looks good, it works good, it is great. Next complaint about this iPad Pro, weight. It is too heavy. Oh my God, it is too heavy. Yeah, I had my iPad Air for 2 years now. I'm using it every day. Usually I'm using it for reading. Yeah, reading, of course, browsing, internet browsing. I use the maps, I use the GPS. So I'm holding my iPad Air every day in my hand or hands. And now since a week I have this one. I'm holding now since a week every day my iPad Pro in my hands. I'm holding it usually like that. To be honest, yes, it is a little bit heavier. But are you so weak that you cannot make up for this little additional weight? It is not too heavy. It is fine. Yeah, I was just holding the other evening this iPad Pro for a few hours in my hands. I didn't put it down. I didn't prop it up. It is fine. I really don't know what the complaint is. Maybe I grew up where we still had books. Real physical books, and you know, in case you are born after the year 2000, a book has a certain weight. It is heavy. Yeah, I grew up holding books, and this is nothing compared of holding a real book. Okay, so my friends, we are coming to the end of my opinion video about the iPad Pro. I think I have to apologize. Maybe some people have expected, like some other reviewers, that I smash my iPad Pro, put it underwater, bend it and so on. Sorry, cannot do that. I actually paid for this one with my money. Nobody gave it to me for free. So cannot destroy it. Yeah, so I apologize. But bottom line is, I like this iPad Pro. It is a great tablet. What else can I say? Well, I already said a lot of things about it. The additional real estate, the bigger screen, helps me a lot with my workflow. There is no workflow. I'm using it. I'm not using it for work, or maybe sometimes. Yeah, Safari can now open so many tabs. I have a lot of tabs open, sometimes 20, 30 on my laptop, maybe sometimes even more. I could never do that on the iPad Air. When I open there more than, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs. The whole thing just slowed down to a crawl. Now I have not here on the iPad Pro, not even maxed out the amount of tabs I can open, and Safari is still fast, 4 GB of RAM, fantastic. Yeah, I'm using it mostly for reading, not in the style of Kindle reading. I mean, I'm reading newspapers in Safari. I'm reading books. Rarely I'm listening to music on the iPad once in a while. For me, it is a big win to have the bigger real estate. It is a faster machine. It is so fluid. There are no hiccups, and I just love it. Yeah, as I saw this iPad Pro for the first time, and I looked at my iPad Air looked so tiny, so insignificant. Yeah, I couldn't sleep anymore until I finally got this iPad Pro. I've never reconsidered. Yeah, there's no buyer's remorse. I paid a lot of money for it, and it is worth it. I will not use the Apple Pencil. I'm not a graphics artist. I don't draw. I don't know how to draw. Yeah, this is not a selling point for me. As I already said, I will not use the smart keyboard. It looks ugly. It ruins the whole appearance of a tablet. Yeah, the on-screen keyboard is wonderful. It is fantastic. I don't know why people want a smart keyboard. Well, when you need a smart keyboard for this machine, get a laptop. Yeah, this is not for note-taking. This is not for homework. You cannot write your memoirs on this one. Well, of course you can try, but please. Yeah, I mean, for a short email, read your email, watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, things like that. Reading. It is great. So, this is Michael, and I endorse and I recommend the iPad Pro, 128 gigabytes LTE, all right? Well, guys, in case we don't see each other anymore before Christmas, I wish you a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful, healthy New Year 2016, all right? Okay, well, I hope I will see you soon. Bye-bye. iPad.